Hello and welcome to a Saturday edition of Jimmy and the Fat Man. Today is Saturday the 30th of July. It's Collingwood versus Port Adelaide at the MCG. As you can see, I'm not there. I'm actually not feeling very well. I've had aches and pains pretty much all week. I got pretty much floored with it on Wednesday, and then I was sick Monday, sick Tuesday. Wednesday was the worst I felt in a long time, actually. Thursday got a bit better. Yesterday got a bit better, but today it's got me again. Just when you get the feeling you get aches and pains all over your body, but there's nothing wrong with me. Tested, no COVID, no biological disease. Look, I don't know what it is. Maybe I've got a bit of a bug or anything, but I've been told not contagious, so everything is good with that. Anyway, we're not here to talk about my bugs. We're here to talk about Collingwood versus Port Adelaide, which should be a cracker. Port Adelaide have won 8 of the last 13 after starting the season 0-5. They're now 8-13. Sorry, 8-11, which is, or something along those lines, which is absolutely terrific. We've typically generally been pretty evenly matched against the power in regards to wins. We have had 1 or 2 close games, so they're generally pretty comfortable wins. But you know, very rarely has either team gone on a really, really long winning streak against the other. It's always been, you know, a couple of wins here, a couple of wins here, then 1 each, so on and so forth. They have beaten us in Melbourne. They beat us at the MCG last year by under a couple of goals. We were up pretty much all game, and then they kicked 4 goals to 2 in the last quarter to win by a point or something like that, maybe even more, which was a bit disappointing. So that's that. So Collingwood, welcome back Jordan to go this week. Welcome back Geordie. We keep hearing how fit he is by McRae. So look, really looking forward to seeing how he plays today. And yeah, look, like I said, the fact we don't have a lot of close games against Port, they're generally not close games, will hopefully buck the trend of 9 close games in a row. Well, 7 of the last 9 close, but basically, yeah, the last 7 games have all been close. So it'd be really good to just have 1 game where it's not close, provided we win, of course. Which makes for better viewing for you guys when you watch this show. So that's Jimmy the Fat Man. Look, I'm because we're going for 10 wins in a row. I have to admit I'm very nervous, because when you go on a winning streak like this, you're eventually going to lose. You're not going to win forever. You know, it was with the opposite with North Melbourne and West Coast when they had their really, really long losing streak. You knew that they were going to win eventually, and so we're going to lose eventually. We're not going to go through the rest of the year undefeated. I mean, that means we're going to win the premiership, and I don't think we're going to win the premiership this year. But if we win this week, that might start to make me believe that we could. I'm not saying that we are, but I'm going to say that we believe that we could. I'm not saying that we are going to, because I don't think we are. I'm not the light off here, because this light always frustrates me when I do it, but it's making me look like I've got a really crappy mustache, which I don't, because of the light. Hang on. Sorry about the light. That's better, marginally. So yeah, look, I probably should have just left it. Anyway, that's where we are. I'm going to tip it. Look, I still think Collingwood should win, but you know, I actually tipped Port by 2 goals. I tipped Port by 2 goals. We looked really tired last week. I mean, we got up in the last 50. Sorry about that. We got up in the last 15 minutes, which is really great. But that's about where we were. So I will see you at quarter time. I'm tipping Port by 12 points. I just don't think we're going to win every single game for the rest of the year. I think this is the one we're going to drop. I mean, obviously, we've got Melbourne, Sydney, Carlton in the next 3 weeks too, so we'll probably drop one of them, but this is probably the one we're going to drop before them. So, there we go. Collingwood versus Port Adelaide, MCG. I don't really have a lot to say. I just really wish I was there today. I'll give you another reason why I wasn't there, but I'm not going to say it now. I'll say it at the end of the video in a bit of a tribute. Okay? Have a lovely, enjoy the video. I'll see you at quarter time. Oh, so I'm nearly losing my voice. I'm struggling because, again, I'm not feeling well. go back and watch my Jimmy and the Fat Man for the whole year. I have not mentioned umpires. A couple of weeks ago, I made an offhanded comment about the umpires. 2 weeks ago, again, I was a bit stronger. Last week, today...
And then the kick on the corner and I like
Where are you?
oh, right here. I see Toad. I'm walking to the gym and falling in it, and the cat kisses the girl right there.
And what did Daddy say?
Hi, what?
Yeah. So, yeah. So look, Jordan DeGoey, close to best on ground. He's been amazing to the midfield. Ash Johnson, geez, hasn't he been a find? Where's he been the last year? He's been with us for 12 months. Hasn't played a game. Ash Johnson's doing really, really well. Dominating the ruck, dominating clearances, dominating everything. The only thing we're not dominating is free kicks. Umpires really doing everything they can to keep pot out of this game. 2 goals from direct free kicks, 2 goals for 50-metre penalties. Other than that, it's 7 goals to 2 basically. I think the best player for Port Adelaide, Jetty, the best player for Port Adelaide has definitely been the umpires. Please. Has definitely been the umpires. Definitely. And that's the first time I've said anything in that. We're round 20. So look, I'm just catching up to the game now, so I won't say much. Plus I've got him not letting me talk much. Yeah, look, it's still half time. Oh, that's as proud as I've ever been to be a Collingwood supporter. That quarter to kick 3 goals to nothing when you've got everyone against you. Well, you've got 22 opponents against you, plus 3 umpires. Jack Ginnivan, the poor kid, what that kid must be going through is insane. Insane. And then to still, if kick 3 goals, mate, he's getting votes if he continues along this line. But yeah, look, Collingwood up by 4 or 5 points at half time. I didn't do one at quarter time because I was just too angry. I didn't want to project that. I'll see it 3/4 time. Looks like it's going to be another close one. Okay, so basically caught up now. I didn't check the score. Far out. I keep forgetting the score. So we're up by 17 points at 3/4 time. For the first time in 5 games, I think, we're actually up at 3/4 time. So so North Melbourne, Adelaide, Essendon, and so yeah, either 3 of the last 4 games we've been behind at 3/4 time and come back at 1, and now we're actually up at 3/4 time. And look, we've been awesome since the end of the first quarter. It's 9 of the last 11 goals, or 10 of the last 12 goals, or something like that. We've just been fantastic. Best play. Look, the guy had a bit of a quiet third quarter, but he set the mark in the first 2.5 quarters. Sidebody's been good. Pendlebury's classy. Yeah, Ginnivan's been amazing. Come out. Give your cuddle. Give your cuddle. Come in the camera with Daddy. Ginnivan's been amazing. Ash Johnson's done a couple of goals. Cameron and Mason Cox have smashed them in the ruck. So look, I tipped Port by 2 goals. I think we'll win now. Love you, baby boy. But look, we've had 6 or 7 games in a row where luck's been on our side. We've been able to just pull together and win. Hopefully, we can pull together and win today too. Hopefully, Port doesn't get the jog on us. To hit the last goal of the game, let's hope we finish him off in the last quarter and we can sing the song together to all my Collingwood follower. Alright, I'll see you at full time. Hello and welcome to Jimmy and the Fat Man.
This is Mama Bear. Mama Bear's sleeping.
Mama Bear's sleeping, that's right.
Daddy wake up for him.
You keep forgetting to say this is to me.
It is. I said it's morning.
It's afternoon.
It's
evening actually. You didn't say this is for the Fat Man.
This is Fat Man. Over there, this is Mama Bear. This is Mama Bear sleeping. And I run for Collingwood, and there are 5 for 1.
That's right, Collingwood.
And I understand the Collingwood was nice.
Sing, ready, set, go. Are you going to sing or not? They know how to play the games. Are you going to sing or not? Side by side, you stick together. To a pole made by name of the see the barricades shouting. As our barricades shoot, dun, dun, dun. All the premierships a cakewalk for the. He even did a dun at the end. High five.
Yeah.
Did it again. We win by a goal. 10 wins in a row. Even first on the ladder. Geelong and Brisbane still have to play. We did it again, but this time rather than snatch. Okay, enough. This time instead of snatching a victory from the jaws of defeat, we snatched victory from the jaw. We almost snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. 24 points up, or even 17 points up. Okay, with 5.5 minutes to go. Yeah, 17 points up with 5 minutes to go. Again, the umpires always found a way to keep Port Adelaide in the game. That last holding the ball decision, how that didn't get paid, I will never know. And you know what? I was over asking by the end of that game. Even the commentators are like, how did he not give hold of the ball? How? Takes on the player, gets tackled, stops, so goes to handball it, gets tackled, brings the ball back down, and then brings the ball. That's how much time this guy had. And it took so much time that I fast forwarded through the replay and I caught up on my IQ. That's how much time he had to get rid of that ball. It was just absolutely disgusting. But look, Collingwood, no thank you, darling. Collingwood ended up winning 13-10-88 to 12-10-82. Because I was behind, I didn't get to go through the quarter by quarter scores, so I'll go through them in a moment. So at quarter time, Port Adelaide umpires got off to a really bright start. 2 goals from 50-metre penalties and 2 goals from free kicks. That first free kick from Travis Boak to Travis Boak. I don't think many more players have been given a bigger gift than that, and the delight that umpire gave on the wing. Free kick, just I've never seen it. Never seen that before in my life. So excited to get that free kick. 6-3, but Collingwood responded well. It was 6 goals to 1 at one stage. Collingwood responded well, 6-3 to 4-3, to be down by 2 goals at quarter time. It was all Collingwood in the second quarter, with De Goey just dominating, kicking 3-2 to 3 points. And then Port Adelaide got off to a bright start in third. They kicked the first goal in the opening 30-40 seconds, this time through their own play. But they only managed 2-3 in the third quarter to Collingwood's 4-3. But they really turned it around after. They really turned it around in the last quarter, kicking 4-1 to 2-2. They really dominated around the ground, Port Adelaide, in their overall statistics and that sort of stuff. So we have a look at the stats. They had nearly 100 more possessions. They did flick the ball around quite a lot. They had more effective disposals, 5 more kicks, and look, they handballed the ball a lot, 78 more handballs. Yeah, I'm not believing that free kick count, 23-18. That's not even close to being true. 15 more contested possessions, 75 more uncontested possessions. But you get that when you win the contested possession. When you win the possession count by 100, it's going to happen. They took 10 more marks, only 4 more contested marks, despite their stat dominant. It was 10 marks each inside 50 at the first quarter. It was 4-1, I think. So Collingwood went there, smacked in the ruck, 46-17. They won the clearances, 44-36. They won the tackle count, 62-49. Inside 50s, Collingwood won the inside 50s, 55-52. And yeah, that's basically where it was. Collingwood, ran out of legs in the end with having to activate their sub for Taylor Adams, and then of course Jeremy Howe having to go off and didn't play any further part of the game after the third quarter. So for us to keep holding on was absolutely sensational. We have a look at some of the goal kickers, which I haven't been able to do. We'll focus on Port, get them out of the way. For Port, Butters kicked 2 goals, 1 for Boak. Him and the umpires kicked 2 goals, 1. Powell Pepper, easily Port Adelaide's best player. He was amazing today, kicked 2 goals, including a really good goal from the 4 pocket. Marshall, Finlayson, Amon, Georgiades, Burgoyne, clutch goal at the end, mate. Well done. And Dixon with 1 goal. Dixon costing the game in the end, absolute non-factor today. I mean, look, he's been good since he come back, but oof, he hasn't played well at all. Didn't play well at all today. Today was one of his worst games. In regards to the possessions for the Power, Rosie 35, 22 handballs. Wines, I've used the ball. 35 to Rosie, 30 to Wines, 30 to Burn Jones, 27 to Boak, 26 to Amon, 25 to Butters. And in the end, they ended up having, 6 of the top 7 possession winners on the ground. And you lost. So it used to be what Collingwood used to do to Hawthorn. We'd have all the top possession winners. In one time against Hawthorn back in 2014, we had the top 4 possession winners on the ground. 2 of them, Swan and Pendles, had over 40. And we lost by 55 points. So, yeah, possessions aren't everything. But they are, they do mean something to Port. In regards to Collingwood, the goal kickers, Ginnivan, look, the man has, I don't know what the man has to do to deserve a free kick, because that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to shake my head. But he still managed with 3. DeGoey, back, just good to have him back in the side. He looked like a man possessed today. Hasn't played. He's played his 2nd game in about 7 weeks. He had he kicked 2 goals, 1. Hoskin Elliott 2 goals. Elliott Jamie again clutch 2 goals. Geez, Ash Johnson, isn't he being a fine? He kicked 1. Cameron, Cox, Carmichael, all with singles. Cox kicking that goal, taking that mark on the goal square. A little bit rough to not let Bianco kick his contribution for goal of the week. In regards to disposals, look, Josh Dacos, he's having a terrific year. He's really responded to his brother being in. 26 possessions, 19 kicks and 7 hand passes. The goalie, best on ground for me, 23 possessions, 14 kicks, 9 hand passes, 2 goals, 1. And a couple of his efforts in the last quarter. That one where he busted a couple of through balls in the last quarter and beat 3 or 4 Bottle players hands down, and then we went down the other end and were able to ice a little bit of time off the clock. And he doesn't get a stat for that. It's not a kick, it's not a handball, it's not a mark, it's not even a tackle. But just to be able to just not let Port get the ball, that was wonderful. Maynard and Dacos, 21 possessions. Cameron was huge in the ruck with 16. Crisp, one of his quieter guys, had probably quite 6 weeks. Crisp, after he was sensational, it's been quite 6 weeks. Pendlebury was quiet again, although like, when he got the ball on his terms, he really stood out. Our defence was huge today. Darcy Moore, 12 possessions, took a lot of spoils. He absolutely pantsed. Dixon, only to hear Kane Corns say that Darcy Moore was going to struggle against the big bulking forwards, pantsed him today. Then again, he's no Hawkins or Cameron, so that's when the real test will be. And what else? Yeah, that's in regards to possessions. That's where it sits. I mean, everyone really had an impact. McCreary did well. He had his time. Quaynor, not his highest position game, but look, he still played his part, hurt his finger and still pressed well. Be interesting to see how Adams and how end the week now, because Adams has hurt his abductor, and as Buck said on the screen, he's had issues with that in the past and normally missed 1 or 2 weeks. And how, again, hurting his quad, and he's quad, and he's missed quite a bit of time in the last couple of years, but at least this isn't an ACL or anything like that. Hopefully he's only missing a couple of weeks. Big standout, Carmichael. Why is he the sub? He's an impact player. 12 possessions, including 10 kicks, 2 hand passes, and kicking, again, another clutch goal in the last quarter. He's a goal kicker, particularly in the last quarter. He kicked a goal in the last quarter against Adelaide. He kicked 2 goals in the last quarter against Essendon. He kicked another goal today in the last quarter. So, really well done to Josh Carmichael. So, in giving my votes, definitely give 3 votes to Jordan DeGoey, good to have you back, mate. Keep pushing on. Make sure they sign you on, because we're a better team when you are flying. Give you definitely a BOG performance. 2 votes will look. I'd have to give the 2 votes to Josh Dacos. His centre clearance work was just absolutely amazing. So let's have a look at Jordan DeGoey. Give you some of his stats actually. 23 possessions, 13 contested, 2 goals won, 7 score involvements, and he laid 2 tackles, 5 clearances, 4 inside 50s. You know, just he did what he had to do. If you look at, and then Josh Dacos, I'm going to give 2 votes to Joshy Dacos. 26 disposals, 19 kicks, 7 hand passes, 9 contested possessions, 15 uncontested, 5 scoring involvements, took 7 marks, including 1 inside 50, 3 late 3 tackles, 3 clearances, 6 rebounds. So not only did he have 3 inside 50s, he had 6 rebounds as well. The boy works both ways. He was involved in 7 free kicks, 5 for and 2 against. That's absolutely amazing. Now, my 1 vote, I'm going to split to a guy who was put up during the week as a bit of a talking point by Kane Corns, to say that he was going to struggle against the big forwards. But, you know, Kane Corns will come out and say that he doesn't consider Charlie Dixon a big forward. But, you know, that's just what Kane Corns does. He asterisks all his comments. So when they're right, he could say he was right. When they're wrong, there's a reason he didn't mean that. He actually meant this. That's just how he goes. So I give 1 vote to Darcy Moore. If I can find it, they keep moving. So he had 12 possessions, 10 kicks, 2 hand passes at 83% disposal efficiency. The man can kick. 4 contested and 4 uncontested. 1 score involvement as well for a defender. Took 4 marks, 1 contested, laid 3 tackles, 2 inside 50s and 5 rebound 50s. So look, he was sensational. And as a defender, to not give away a free kick is absolutely sensational. Well done, Darcy Moore. And the other person I'd like to give a vote to would have to be, I'm going to give it to Jack Ginnivan. He's resolved to keep getting up week in, week out. He gets pummeled by the opposing players. He gets pummeled by the umpires. And to still get up and do what he does is nothing short of absolutely amazing. 8 disposals, 4 kicks, 4 hand passes, kicked 3 goals with 1 goal assist, 5 scoring involvements. He took a mark as well, laid a tackle. Look, he was just really, really good for Jack Ginnivan. So 3 votes to Jordan DeGoey, 2 votes to Josh Dacos, and 1 vote each to Darcy Moore and Jack Ginnivan, who won. So that's it. Collingwood 13-10-88. Once again, win by under 2 goals. In fact, win by a goal or under. 12-10-82. Now, score check in the other game. Sydney belted the Giants. It would be nice to be a Sydney supporter to know that game was over at half-time, you know, or even at, say you were nervous, even at 3/4 time, 13-8 to 5-6, that would have been really, really good. But aren't Sydney playing well? Scoring. Like, they're not a dour team anymore. They're actually a really good high-scoring team. Well done to Sydney. And last night, Melbourne flogged the Dockers by 46 points, so they got revenge for them. But Dockers have lost 3 games this year. How many games the Dockers have lost this year? What are they? They've played 19. They've lost 7 games. I think 4 of them have been at home. So that's sensational. That's not sensational. It's the opposite of sensational, but sensational that they've lost so many games at home. It's actually very interesting. At the moment, St Kilda are taking on Hawthorn. St Kilda need to win to keep their finals hopes alive. And at, 20 minutes into the first quarter, St Kilda level with the Hawks. 1 goal. I'm guessing it's 1 goal to a piece. 1 goal to a piece. And some of the big games that are coming tonight. Geelong play the Western Bulldogs. Geelong are 1st. The Doggies are 8th. The Geelong, they win. They will go again a game clear in 1st spot. If they lose, there'll be 3 teams on 56 points. or maybe if you include Brisbane, there'll be 4 teams on 56 points. So yeah, that's, ooh, Collingwood up to 3rd at the moment. Well, they won't be 3rd if Brisbane win. Okay, yep, there you go. So Geelong win, they'll be a game ahead. And the Doggies need to win to basically cancel out anything St Kilda do. If the Doggies lose and St Kilda and Richmond win, well, St Kilda will jump. So St Kilda and Richmond will jump them into 8th and 9th, and the Doggies will fall to 10th. That's how tight this year is. Who else is playing? What are the big games? Adelaide play Carlton. Nothing really on it from Adelaide, but it gives Carlton hopes for the top 4 to be back there. Gold Coast, West Coast. Richmond versus Brisbane. Oh, now that should be an absolute cracker. Richmond versus Brisbane. Like I said, Richmond need to win their 2 points out of the 8. They need to win to stay in touch with the 8. And Brisbane need to win to go back into the top 4. If Brisbane lose, they'll be a game out of the 4. That's it. That's sensational. And Essendon versus North Melbourne. Not really a lot riding on that. So we go towards the ladder. Still with a lot of games to play. Geelong are 56. So top will go down 1 to 18. In order on 56 points with a game in hand. Top of the ladder are Geelong. You've on 2nd and 3rd, you've got Melbourne and Collingwood. On 52 points, you have Sydney and Brisbane, but Brisbane have a game in hand. On 50 points, you have Fremantle with the draw last week and the loss last night. So they've only gotten 2 of the last 8 points. So they've dropped 6 points in the last 2 rounds. Carlton are on 48 points with the game in hand. Western Bulldogs and St Kilda are on 40 points with a game in hand. And yeah, Western Bulldogs, St Kilda are on 40 points with a game in hand. They're 8th and 9th respectively. Richmond are on 38 points with a game in hand. Port Adelaide pretty much now out of the finals. 2 games out with 3 games to go. Percentage of 104. They are 8 and 11. They're on 32 points. In fact, depending on what happens to the Gold Coast game, they could fall below Gold Coast. Gold Coast are in 12th possession. So all the rest of the teams now, except GWS, have a game in hand. So Gold Coast are on 12th with 32 points. Hawthorn are 13th with 28 points. Essendon 24. Adelaide 20 with GWS on 20, although GWS can jump them. Sorry, Adelaide can go a game ahead. West Coast and North Melbourne are on 8. So that's your ladder for this evening. So look, that's it for me this weekend. Thank you, everyone. We were meant to put up a Puppy's Playtime video yesterday, but it just didn't work. It will be up tomorrow. Me and Jimmy are going to have a good game tomorrow. So stick around tomorrow. Me and Jimmy will tackle Puppy Playtime before we start the new week. Collingwood 6 points winners at the MCG against the Pies against the Power in front of just over 40,000 people. To remind Port Adelaide Power that there's only one Magpie team in the AFL, and that's us. From my family to yours. I actually just want to say a big shout out to my mother-in-law's birthday today, watching down on us from heaven. Big heavenly happy birthday to your mum. We know you're watching down on us. We're all going to have a meal in your honour tonight. And just let you know that everyone's been looked after, that you're loved. We love you very much. Give a big kiss to not all my family up there as well. And yeah, we'll see you one day. Have a great weekend from my family to yours.